let me just jump right into it real quick. Or maybe it's going to be long-winded. We'll find out. Jacqueline, Magic Hour is the story of a woman whose life kind of gets turned upside down through no fault of her own. And then it seems as though she rediscovers herself through the art of filmmaking. This seems, I've never met you before, this seems like a very personal story. And possibly an autobiographical one. Can you walk us through why you decided to tell this story and why you decided to tell it now?
Wow, okay, great question. So yes and no in terms of, is it autobiographical? Yes and no. Mostly it's a total work of fiction, totally fictional, except it's a little bit true. And so I'll tell you, the little part of, the kernel of truth is that this is a film about a woman in her 40s who goes to film school. And I will confess that I went to film school in my 40s, and I had a blast, and I wanted to share that with the world, and I could go on, but I'll start with that. So the reason why I wanted to tell the story now is this. So the plot part of it was, I decided to go to film school in my 40s, and that is what the character does. But the other point of alignment between me and Harriet, who's the fictional character who does go to film school in Magic Hour, is this, and this is the more emotional truth of it. I had put off my long lost dream for decades, and that's what Harriet did as well. And I feel like now that I've come to the other side of film school, there are a lot of people out there who also have long lost dreams that they've never had the chance to put out there. I know I didn't have the courage, for example, to kind of put myself out there. My dream was a cherished kind of hidden private dream that I didn't want to expose to sunshine or oxygen, I want to keep it hidden. But there's a moment where you're like, well, you only live once. And I think that this...
YOLO!
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and it's like, you get to an age where I think audience members have responded so far to the movie because you have a well of regret that as you get older, you're not gonna climb every mountain. Sorry, Julie Andrews fans, but you might climb one mountain. But if there's that one dream that won't let you go, that wakes you up at night, that you don't want to have die with you, that's the one that you want to answer that call. And that is why I went to film school, but that's more importantly why I made the movie, because now I realize I'm not the only person, and this movie is about turning that regret into reinvention and making your dream come true at any age.
These are the kind of stories that I resonate with myself. Yeah. Having just gone through this whole explanation, one of the more inspirational stories that I find within comedy is people later in life who are only just being discovered in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and you say, where have they been this whole time? But everyone's story is different, everyone's journey is different, and I love that you've brought this to us in this particular time period. I want to talk about the cast for a second.
Yes.
You have a ridiculously stacked cast.
Yeah.
This is, I was watching this going, wait, I know that. Wait, they were in that movie. All this stuff. I want to go down through the cast's filmography just a little bit.
Do it. Yeah.
You have people in Magic Hour from The Muppet Movie, My Cousin Vinny, Heroes, Doom Patrol, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Ghost, Men in Black, Luke Cage, Girls 5 Eva, WandaVision, American Fiction, Arrested Development, We Bought a Zoo. So many other credits. These were just the handful that I grabbed.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through the process with working with your casting director, Adrian Stern?
Yeah.
How did you choose this cast?
Yeah.
And what was it like to bring the proverbial band together?
Oh man, thanks. And I am the luckiest director on earth because the cast was phenomenal, across the board. These are not easy characters to play because there's a real blend of comedy and drama that not everybody can do. All of the above, and I'll tell you, this is not a bad place to answer your question with the lead character, with all the characters, but especially with Harriet, played by Miriam Shore, who is a genius. And here's the trick. I needed someone who could play the drama. I needed someone who could play the comedy, and there are actors who can do both. but I needed, more importantly, someone who could do both things at the same time. A lot of the movie lives in that place where this character is breaking your heart and making you laugh in the same breath. And she's the only actor on the planet who can do that. I mean, she killed
right
it.
From the opening
killed
scene,
it.
where she's saying, I mean, spoiler alert, when she's in the movie theater and she's watching this film, she's laughing, she's crying, and it's not just that you're watching someone go through those emotions. She's transposing those emotions onto the viewer.
Yes, 100%. She's so deeply soulful. People see themselves in her. I've heard a lot of people say that felt like me. And when I love this, when I first showed her the script and she read it, she thought I wrote it for her. And I hadn't actually, but I didn't know this. She had just started directing. In fact, she's directing a movie now that's in post. So her life was kind of, mirrored in the film also. And she resonated so much with it that it kind of felt made for her. And now I feel like it was, in a way, indirectly made for her. But that was the most important. She's the soul of the movie. She's the humor of the movie. She can do anything. And she just picked up the script and knew exactly. She knew the blend of comedy. I didn't have to explain it to her. She just got it in her DNA. She got the sense of humor and what I was going for. So that was amazing. And Adrian Stern brought her in. Adrian Stern, our brilliant casting director, brought all these incredible people in who also understood the very specific tone of the movie, because it's not predictable. It's a little subtle. It's not heightened comedy, but it's grounded more in realism. But sometimes it gets pretty silly, shout out to Renee Taylor, she goes for it. That's kind of heightened comedy. And then in terms of the darker moments, it's pretty real. A lot of these scenes are played for real, and there's no humor in some of the scenes that go darker, and I wanted to go dark, but not too dark. Someone who could kind of play those tones. So I feel like across the board, we had actors who understood that tone, understood what we were going for, that it had a true and sincere heart, even though a lot of it's played for comedy. So, I can give you an example of how, just for other filmmakers out there or people who are curious, how you start to assemble a cast like this, because I'm a first-time filmmaker and I wanted the best cast I could get, and I got the best cast I could have imagined, so I'm glad you noticed that. So I'm in a writing group with Patrick Breen, who is in one scene in the movie, hilarious, always hilarious, a brilliant actor who's known for Broadway, for TV, for film. He's a known actor, very highly respected in the New York scene. And he's someone I've known for years. He's a friend. He's in my writing group. And so I developed this in my writing group, and he knew the script already. So when I asked him to be in it, he was like, yeah, of course. Like he had already done readings and what have you. And guess what? That earned me a little credibility, because people are like, Patrick Breen's in your movie? I'll read your script. And then just coincidentally, both Miriam Shore and Sendil Ramamurthy, the two romantic leads, have the same agent that Patrick Breen does. So that didn't hurt either in terms of having people take it seriously. So if you want to bring your movie some credibility, you can start with one element, one good actor, for example, and then other good actors are like, well, that good actor's in it, I better at least look at this thing, and then you kind of build it like that. So,
Jacqueline, last question. Why do people need to see this film, and what is it that you hope that they glean from it?
Okay. Yeah, here's what I hope. I want people to come in and see this film and enjoy it and laugh, but also they might be surprised that tears are happening a lot as well, because there's a recognition that we all have dreams that we will not necessarily live to make happen, to make come true. So there's the regret. That's the kind of gut punch of it. But the real message I want to have people walk out with is, there is a dream in you that is part of your, let's call it destiny, and you know what it is, it's in you, and it wants to live, and it's like you're the only you who's ever existed and will ever exist in the world ever. It's such an obvious thing, but it's true. It's like you have something to say. You have a life experience that I'll never know about unless you share that with me, and whether it's a movie or some other way of expressing yourself, it's like, the world wants it. You might have been told nobody wants it. I've been told nobody cares what you have to say. You're too old. It's too crazy. Your dream is ridiculous. And I internalized that. And I kept myself from my dream for a very long time. And I'm here to say, don't believe those people. If people are not believing in you and they're making you not believe in yourself, just take your neurotic mess of a self and do it from there. Don't wait till you're the perfect iteration of yourself and then you get to live your dream. That's never going to happen.
Right.
Take your mess of a self, and the transformation that you're seeking is going to happen in the process of making your dream come true. That's what I want people to feel as they get up out of the theater and walk out into the world.
As Mr. Rogers once said, you are the only person that gets to be you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Yes.
How can an actor not show up, not even call? Where am I gonna find a haggard, middle-aged woman to play dying Ingrid?
Me? I might be a bit rusty, but I was a bit of an actress in my day.
So these tubes are just going right up in here, right up my nose?
Right up your nose, and on action, you shake her and put the mask on her.
Guys?
Okay, it's a huge act of self-sacrifice.
All right, I got you.
Beatrice, so does he put the mask on me?
Okay, your life for hers, yours for hers.
Yeah, but what's my relationship with her?
Total stranger, and you're still giving up your whole life for her. Do you feel me? She's not even a hottie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
No, I feel it.
Yeah, this haggard, old, middle-aged, nothing of a person, and you're still giving up your whole life for her.
Ron!
Hey, you're such a badass.
Go there for that!
Yes.
So Beatrice, he's gonna take the tubes from inside his nose and just put them inside my nose, just all in one take.
Yeah, all in one take. All right, you'll be great. Let's go, come on.
Okay, let's go in for a take. Right on the set. Rolling.
Good, and action.
Take my mask. My life for yours. Mine for you.
And that's a cut.
Did we get it?
got-
Are we good? We good?
We got it.